people were fleeing conflict into Cameroon. Some of whom were artisanal miners whose communities had been taken over by the Russians.
Within moments of starting to speak to people in the border town, a pickup vehicle raced towards him.
About 4 Central African soldiers came down from the vehicle, and then they held me on my trouser, around my waist, and began to drag me. And then I started to scream for help. I was screaming, "Where are you? Leave me alone, let me go." And they kept pulling me, and they were speaking in a language I didn't understand, both in French and in the local language. So I kept screaming, and they wouldn't let me.
Among the group were 2 Russians who told their local associates to take Philip away, that they suspected him of being a terrorist.
They dragged me on the floor and then took me to a small military post. They had a military post not far away from the border. And there was a container in that post, a shipping container, so to speak. And then they threw me into the container and then locked me in the container. There was no electricity. There was just a very small window, and it was so hot. There were rats all in the container. And before they even threw me into the container, they were beating me with their guns, and their whips, slapping me, trying to have me make a confession as to who I was. I kept telling them that I was just going to speak to people. I didn't mention that I was a journalist, but they said I was a spy. I was a foreign spy, and I said I wasn't. I was only just there speaking to people to ask questions.